At night, while the body surrenders to rest, the mind keeps running in silence. Few people realize that the last thought before sleep acts like a code the subconscious keeps executing until morning, a secret night script. In that subtle bridge between wakefulness and dream, known as the hypnagogic state, the mind becomes soft, suggestible, and ready for subconscious reprogramming. That's when the brain consolidates memories and emotional patterns. Understanding this means understanding that every bedtime routine is in fact an opportunity to rewrite your reality through night manifestation. Think of your mind as a midnight garden. The thoughts you plant before sleep will bloom or rot by morning. If your last thought is fear, you water weeds. If it's clarity and faith, you grow fruit. That's why sleep manifestation isn't some mystical trick. It's neuroscience meeting intention. When you feed your mind with strong, specific night affirmations, you're giving your brain instructions for what to strengthen overnight. It's how you manifest while you sleep, aligning your inner software with the person you're becoming. Over time, this simple nightly act becomes a quiet form of identity architecture. The night stops being just rest, it becomes an invisible workshop where your new self is built line by line. Every time you fall asleep with intention, you create a subtle identity shift, aligning emotion, thought, and energy. And when you wake, you don't just feel rested, you feel recalibrated. But before you can program your mind for the night, you first have to learn how to calm it down, and that's where most people stumble. Here's the truth most people avoid. The mind doesn't shut off just because the lights go out. For many, the moment their head hits the pillow is when the noise gets louder. Thoughts loop endlessly. The argument that happened, the message left unread, the bill due next week. This mental replay is what scientists call rumination, but in real life, it feels like being trapped inside your own head. And when that becomes your nightly pattern, your sleep manifestation gets hijacked before it even starts. The nighttime routine turns into a mental battlefield, not a sacred ritual. Anxious nights don't just rob you of rest, they rewrite your mood for the entire next day. Waking up after hours of internal chaos feels like starting with an emotional hangover. The subconscious, still soaked in those late-night worries, keeps projecting them forward. It's no wonder people feel stuck in cycles of fatigue and self-doubt. When your pre-sleep thoughts are restless, the night script running overnight is full of resistance, not renewal. And that's why manifest while you sleep doesn't work for those who go to bed carrying the day's clutter into their dreams. But here's the shift. Peace isn't something that magically appears. It's something you train your body to remember. You can teach your nervous system to exhale, to soften. The right bedtime routine isn't about candles and playlists. It's about creating safety inside your mind. It's a practice of gentle subconscious reprogramming where calm becomes your default setting. And once you master that inner stillness, the night finally becomes your ally, preparing the stage for a deeper, more deliberate transformation that begins before you even close your eyes. Think of the night code as your personal nightly ritual, a 10-minute blueprint for inner recalibration. It's not about perfection, it's about intention. Every night you're programming your subconscious with whatever energy you fall asleep in. So this bedtime routine works like a precise sequence, guiding your system from chaos to clarity. It's the foundation of effective sleep manifestation, where each minute has a purpose, slowing the breath, clearing mental residue, and aligning your identity for tomorrow. It's your nightly download, your chance to manifest while you sleep with focus and ease. The sequence begins with what most people overlook, the body. The night code starts with a brief physiological reset, a few slow breaths, the jaw relaxed, shoulders dropped. This isn't random. It's how you send a message to your nervous system that it's safe to let go. Then comes the mental cleanse, a quick brain dump that clears out lingering worries. The point isn't to solve them, it's to release them from short-term memory so the subconscious reprogramming can begin without interference. It's like decluttering your desktop before running a new update. From there, the magic unfolds through structure. You plant night affirmations, speak your night script, visualize a single moment of tomorrow, and close with the phrase of surrender. This 10-minute ritual might sound simple, but it's a neural choreography, rhythm, breath, imagery, and belief merging into one flow. Over time, it rewires not just how you sleep, but who you become. It's where night manifestation turns from concept to practice. And once you feel its effects, you'll never see your nightly minutes the same again, because the next step takes that structure even deeper, right into your body's reset mechanism. Before you can access the deeper layers of subconscious reprogramming, your body has to believe it's safe. That's why the night code begins with a physiological reset. Slow, rhythmic breathing tells your nervous system, you can let go now. When your jaw unclenches and your shoulders drop, the brain receives a signal that the threat has passed. In that instant, your entire bedtime routine transforms from survival mode to surrender mode. Without that, no night manifestation can truly take root because the subconscious doesn't open when the body's still guarding itself. Think of this step as switching the lights off in the theater before the movie begins. 3 deep breaths in through the nose, long exhales through the mouth. Feel the weight of your head melting into the pillow. Relax the tiny muscles behind your eyes, the base of your tongue, the palms resting beside you. These physical cues aren't random. They are access keys to your hypnagogic state, the sweet space between waking and dreaming where your night script begins to upload. It's there that you start to manifest while you sleep, not through effort, but through release. When practiced nightly, this reset becomes second nature. Your mind associates stillness with safety. Eventually, just breathing slowly becomes your anchor, your reminder that peace isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. In time, this physical surrender becomes the prelude to transformation, the quiet before the programming begins. Because once your body's been reset, there's only one thing left to do: clear the noise that's still echoing in your mind. Once the body softens, it's time to empty the mind's pockets. The brain dump is the unsung hero of any powerful bedtime routine, a quick mental cleanse that keeps the subconscious from getting tangled in open loops. Most people carry their day's noise straight into sleep: unfinished tasks, replayed conversations, guilt, or what-ifs. But here's the catch. The subconscious doesn't rest when the mind is full. It keeps sorting through the clutter. That's why this step matters. It clears the stage for subconscious reprogramming to work without resistance, creating room for genuine sleep manifestation. Grab a notebook or open your notes app. No structure, no judgment. Just spill it out. I'm worried about tomorrow's meeting. I forgot to reply to that message. I feel behind. Every sentence you write down is one less thought your mind needs to recycle tonight. The night script can't upload properly if your RAM is full. Think of it as emotional housekeeping before entering the hypnagogic state, a ritual of mental hygiene. It's not about analyzing, it's about releasing. You're not fixing your thoughts, you're freeing them. Over time, this nightly cleanse becomes addictive in the best way. You'll start feeling lighter, clearer, more in control of your inner space. The night manifestation process becomes smoother, more intentional, almost effortless. And here's the beauty. Once the mental dust settles, what remains is pure space, a blank canvas where identity can be rewritten. That's where the next phase begins, crafting the new self that tomorrow will meet.
After clearing the noise, the mind becomes fertile ground, ready to be imprinted. This is where the identity script enters. 3 present tense statements that declare who you already are, not who you hope to be. Why? Because the subconscious reprogramming doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to identity. When you say, I am calm and decisive, your brain begins wiring for that experience as if it's already real. That's how night manifestation works, not by forcing outcomes, but by rehearsing alignment. It's your personal night script, spoken in the language the subconscious understands: certainty. Keep it simple, powerful, and embodied. For example, I am focused and unshakable in my purpose. I attract solutions with ease. My energy feels grounded and magnetic. Say these slowly, letting emotion color the words. Feel how they live in your body. That's where the magic locks in. When paired with your bedtime routine, these night affirmations become more than phrases. They're signals. Each repetition during the hypnagogic state plants neural seeds that grow overnight. You're literally teaching your system how to wake up as that person tomorrow. Over time, this nightly declaration becomes a mirror, one that reflects your evolving self-image back at you. Each word spoken before sleep strengthens your internal architecture, creating an organic identity shift. You start moving through your days as the person your nights have been building. That's the quiet power of manifest while you sleep practice. It doesn't happen all at once, but moment by moment, sentence by sentence, dream by dream. And with that new self in place, it's time to make it tangible, through the senses. Now that your identity script is alive within you, it's time to see it. Visualization isn't about fantasy, it's about familiarization. The subconscious learns through images and sensations, not logic. That's why sleep manifestation becomes stronger when paired with a vivid inner scene. Imagine tomorrow, but not as a wish, as a memory you're reliving. Picture yourself stepping into that version of you, how your body moves, how your voice sounds, how your environment reacts. This moment anchors your night script into your sensory world, turning subconscious reprogramming into embodied experience. Keep it short, 30 seconds, one clear scene. Maybe it's you walking into a meeting calm and magnetic, or opening a message with good news, or waking up already smiling. The key is the feeling at the end of that moment: confidence, gratitude, peace. Let that emotion flood your system. The hypnagogic state amplifies emotion far more than words ever could. So it's that feeling that programs your subconscious. This is how you truly manifest while you sleep, not by pushing, but by feeling ahead of time. Night after night, these micro-visualizations become neural grooves, effortless highways of belief. You're teaching your mind what to expect and your body how to respond. The next day, you'll start catching glimpses of that reality: tone, posture, coincidences aligning. That's not magic, that's calibration. When your nighttime routine ends with embodied vision, you set tomorrow in motion before it begins. And the final step? Learning the art of letting go, so the universe can finish what you started. After shaping your inner movie, there's one last act: letting it go. Most people try to force their night manifestation into existence, gripping it with mental tension. But the subconscious doesn't bloom under pressure. It blooms in surrender. The night script needs space to breathe. That's why the final step of your bedtime routine is whispering a simple phrase of release. Something like, "It's done," or "I trust the process." These words act as a mental cue to stop controlling and start allowing. It's the handoff from conscious will to subconscious reprogramming. Detachment isn't about indifference, it's about faith. When you gently repeat your surrender phrase, you're training your nervous system to rest in certainty rather than anxiety. Imagine your intention drifting away like a paper lantern into the night sky, gone, but still glowing. That's how you manifest while you sleep. You plant the seed, water it with emotion, and then let the soil do its work. The hypnagogic state doesn't need micromanagement. It needs trust. Surrender is the bridge between belief and becoming. This moment of release is more powerful than most realize. It's the energetic signature the subconscious carries into the night. Quiet, confident, free. You've aligned your body, cleared your mind, scripted your identity, and felt your future. Now you let it dissolve into dream space. Because when you fall asleep holding trust instead of tension, your energy shifts from doing to allowing. And that's where creation actually happens. Stillness becomes the signal that tells the universe, "I'm ready." Even the most serene nights can get ambushed by rogue thoughts. Just when you've settled into your night script, something random pops up. That awkward text you sent, tomorrow's meeting, a worry that doesn't deserve the spotlight. It's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate intrusive thoughts, it's to disarm them. The secret is using an anchor, a simple sensory cue that gently returns you to calm. For some, it's a slow exhale. For others, a single phrase like, "I'm safe now." This act retrains the nervous system, transforming chaos into clarity within your bedtime routine. When these thoughts arise, don't fight them. That only feeds them. Just notice, breathe, and guide your awareness back to your anchor. Feel your breath soften, your shoulders relax. The brain loves rhythm. When it sinks to your breathing, it naturally drops back into the hypnagogic state. That's where the subconscious reprogramming continues seamlessly. You stay connected to your night manifestation process without spiraling into control. Think of it like gently steering a boat back to the current every time it drifts. Effortless, patient, kind. This practice builds emotional muscle over time. Soon, a single breath will be enough to dissolve mental noise. And that's when manifest while you sleep becomes truly automatic, because even distractions start serving your peace. Managing thoughts isn't about discipline. It's about devotion to your own stillness. When you learn to protect your inner silence, your nighttime routine transforms from a checklist to a sanctuary. And that calm, anchored state, it's exactly what prepares you to fine-tune the ritual for whatever goal you're ready to amplify next. The beauty of the night manifestation practice is its adaptability. The subconscious doesn't care what area you target. It only follows the emotional blueprint you provide. So once the base bedtime routine is solid, you can start tuning it for different outcomes. Need more focus and discipline? Script phrases like, I finish what I start with clarity and flow. For financial expansion, try, money flows to me because I create value with ease. For relationships, I attract peace, honesty, and warmth. Say these lines direct your subconscious reprogramming toward a specific energetic frequency. The process remains the same. Calm the body, clear the mind, affirm identity, visualize, release. But the emotional tone shifts. For health, your night affirmations might center around vitality and balance. My body heals and restores while I sleep. For purpose-driven goals, you could repeat, my actions align effortlessly with my vision. The key is specificity. The more tangible the emotion behind the night script, the deeper it embeds into your hypnagogic seat, where identity and biology quietly synchronize overnight. This customization turns your sleep manifestation into a multidimensional tool. You're no longer doing random affirmations, you're designing inner software updates. Every night becomes an intentional calibration toward the life you're crafting. And when you wake, small behaviors start to match the energy you rehearsed. That's how transformation sneaks in, subtly, steadily, from the inside out. And as these nightly adjustments compound, you'll begin to notice subtle signs that the alignment is already underway, even before the mind has time to catch up.
The first few minutes after waking hold more truth than most people realize. When your eyes open, your brain is still halfway in the hypnagogic state, that magical crossover where the subconscious reprogramming is still humming. This is when the universe starts whispering back, through sensations, coincidences, tiny confirmations. Did you wake up lighter, more certain, calmer? That's not random. That's your night manifestation syncing with your conscious reality. Alignment often begins not with grand miracles, but with micro-evidence, little moments that prove the new frequency is alive within you. Maybe someone texts you unexpectedly with good news. Maybe you handle a situation with more grace than usual. Maybe you notice the world responding differently to your energy. Those are the ripples of your night script echoing into the day. The subconscious operates through subtlety, patterns, timing, emotion. Recognizing these clues trains your awareness to look for proof instead of problems. It reinforces faith in your bedtime routine, creating a feedback loop between what you feel at night and what unfolds by morning. That's how you manifest while you sleep, through observation as much as intention. Treat these morning signs like data, evidence of your growing coherence. Journal them, note how your body feels, and celebrate them, even if they seem small. Gratitude amplifies recognition. Recognition accelerates alignment. Every tiny sign compounds into bigger synchronicities over time. Soon, waking up becomes a continuation of your nighttime routine, not a break from it. And once you start tracking those signals, you'll want to test just how deep this alignment can go, which leads right into your next 7-night experiment. The 7-night experiment is your bridge between faith and proof. It's how you turn your night manifestation from a vague ritual into a data-backed transformation. For 7 consecutive nights, follow your nighttime routine exactly. the breathing, the brain dump, the night affirmations, the night script, the release phrase. Each night, choose one area to focus on, maybe clarity, energy, or abundance. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. The subconscious learns through rhythm. When you repeat the same sequence nightly, you create a groove deep enough for real subconscious reprogramming to take hold. Each morning, take 2 minutes to track your results. Ask, how did I wake up feeling? Did I notice synchronicities? Improved mood? Inspired action? Write it down. Even the smallest shifts matter. The hypnagogic state leaves a residue of insight that often fades within minutes of waking. Capturing it helps you measure subtle progress. Over the week, you'll start spotting patterns. A clearer mind, smoother flow, lighter emotions. That's how you confirm that you truly manifest while you sleep, not by waiting for miracles, but by observing micro-evolutions of self. By the end of 7 nights, you'll hold evidence, not just belief, that your bedtime routine changes reality. It's like tuning a radio. At first you hear static, then the signal becomes crisp. Each repetition sharpens the frequency. And when you notice that small external shifts begin to mirror your internal script, you'll know the night code is real. But as with any process of transformation, knowing what not to do is just as vital as knowing what to do, because a few simple mistakes can silently break the entire flow. Most people sabotage their night manifestation without even realizing it. They scroll through their phone minutes before bed, absorbing chaos disguised as information. Blue light spikes cortisol, and bad news primes the mind for fear, the exact opposite of what the hypnagogic state needs. When you feed your subconscious confusion, you wake up carrying it. That's why digital silence is sacred. Your bedtime routine must become a sanctuary, not a portal to everyone else's emotions. Protect that last hour before sleep like a ritual. It's the most potent window for subconscious reprogramming you'll ever get. Another hidden trap: vague language. Saying, "I want to be better," means nothing to the subconscious. It needs specifics, sensory, emotion. "I wake up feeling grounded and confident" paints a picture. The brain can build that. Same with over-effort. Trying too hard blocks the flow. The night script works through softness, not force. Think of it like water finding its way through rock, quiet, steady, unstoppable. When you manifest while you sleep, clarity and surrender matter more than intensity. Your goal is alignment, not control. And the biggest mistake of all, treating this as a task instead of a transformation. The nighttime routine isn't another thing to do, it's a rhythm you learn to become. You don't chase results, you align with them. Each night you honor this process, you teach your system the language of calm precision. Avoid the noise, choose your words with care, and rest in effortless intention. Because once the mistakes fade away, what remains is pure, clean signal, the kind of energy that makes your words feel alive. And that's exactly where we're headed next. A phrase only carries power when it's felt. The subconscious doesn't care about pretty words. It listens to vibration. That's why the secret to night manifestation isn't saying more, it's feeling deeper. To activate your night script, your affirmations must breathe with specificity, emotion, and embodiment. Instead of saying, "I am confident," say, "I walk into every room calm and magnetic." See it, hear it, feel it in your bones. The hypnagogic state absorbs sensation better than logic. So when you attach feeling to your night affirmations, you're etching that identity directly into the nervous system through subconscious reprogramming. Engage your body like it's part of the mantra. Smile when you say your phrase. Your brain releases chemicals that confirm the emotion is real. Breathe slowly while repeating it. The rhythm syncs your physiology with your intention. Imagine the words landing inside your chest like warm light, expanding through your whole being. This is embodied manifestation, the language of yourselves. The more alive your bedtime routine feels, the stronger your sleep manifestation becomes. The subconscious learns from experience, not repetition alone. Emotion is the voltage behind creation. If your words lack feeling, they don't travel far. But when your voice trembles with truth, even softly, you turn your nighttime routine into a sacred rehearsal of your future. Every phrase becomes a heartbeat of your becoming, every breath a spark of proof. This is how you manifest while you sleep with power. by merging thought, emotion, and body into one coherent signal. And once your words are fully alive, the next step is learning how to answer the quiet doubts that arise when things don't go perfectly. Because those questions will come, and knowing how to meet them changes everything. I can't visualize. No problem. Visualization is just one door. In night manifestation, you can swap images for sensations and sounds. During the hypnagogic state, try feeling first. The temperature of the room, the weight of the blanket, the calm in your chest, then add a single detail like the click of a keyboard or a friend's laugh. That's still subconscious reprogramming. Pair a short night affirmation with breath. I move through tomorrow grounded and clear, and let your body echo it. Over time, this sensory first night script creates the same identity shift as pictures would.
I forget the phrases. Make forgetting impossible. Create a one-page night card on your nightstand. 3 identity lines, 1 feeling scene, 1 surrender line. Done. Save it as your phone's lock screen too. Airplane mode to avoid noise. Stack cues. Herbal tea, card, lights off, breath. Habit stacking turns the ritual automatic, so the night manifestation fires even on tired nights. Refresh the lines weekly so they stay emotionally alive, specific, vivid, embodied. This keeps your night script crisp, your subconscious reprogramming clean, and your identity shift steadily compounding into morning momentum. Morning is not a reset. It's a continuation of your night script. The subconscious doesn't punch a time clock, it flows straight from dreaming into doing. That's why the moment you wake, you reinforce your night manifestation with micro-confirmations. Before touching your phone, take 1 slow breath and recall your night affirmation from the previous night. Whisper it again with gratitude. The hypnagogic state still lingers for a few minutes upon waking, that twilight zone where subconscious reprogramming is still active. That's your golden window to lock in what you created while you slept. Treat the first 2 minutes of morning like a mirror for your new identity. Instead of checking messages, check your energy. How do you feel? Lighter? More certain? That's your identity shift surfacing. Reinforce it by moving your body in alignment with your script, standing taller, breathing slower, smile slightly. This embodied confirmation tells your system, yes, this is who I am. It's not about perfection, it's about continuity. When the bedtime routine and morning mindset link seamlessly, sleep manifestation becomes a full circle process. Input by night, output by day. Then anchor your intention with action. 1 small aligned step before breakfast. Reply to that email calmly. Drink water mindfully. Set 1 focused goal. This physical proof tells your brain the manifestation is real, no longer a theory. Over time, the line between night and day dissolves, and your reality becomes one continuous dialogue between intention and evidence. That's how you truly manifest while you sleep, not through magic, but through consistency. And once you master that integration, it's time to zoom out and fine-tune your growth over time, night by night, week by week. Every 7 nights, pause to review your journey. The night manifestation process isn't static, it evolves with you. The subconscious is responsive, not mechanical. It mirrors your energy. So once a week, take 15 quiet minutes to recalibrate your nighttime routine. Ask which affirmations still feel alive, which feel flat. The night script should never become background noise. If a phrase feels dull, rewrite it with sharper emotion or new imagery. That's how you keep your subconscious reprogramming fresh, by feeding it language that excites your nervous system. You're not just repeating, you're refining. Look back at your notes from the 7-night experiment. Notice the small wins, the calmer mornings, the clearer focus, the coincidences that feel too specific to ignore. Those are proof that your sleep manifestation is working. Keep what's resonating. If something isn't producing a shift, adjust the tone or timing. Maybe your breathing pattern needs to slow, or your visualization needs to shorten. The hypnagogic state thrives on precision. Little tweaks make big waves. You're learning to speak the exact language your subconscious understands, one that changes as you do.
And once certain goals have stabilized, say emotional balance or confidence, dial up intensity in new areas: finances, creativity, relationships, vitality. The bedtime routine is a living system, not a script carved in stone. Every recalibration deepens your identity shift, turning your nightly ritual into a lifelong skill. Over time, you'll notice that you don't just sleep differently, you exist differently. And as the process refines, a new awareness rises. You start to feel guided, aligned, in flow. Which leads us naturally to the next layer, the opening spark that draws people into this journey in the first place. So now you know the night was never just for sleeping. It was always your greatest tool for transformation. Every breath, every word, every vision before bed is a quiet conversation with your subconscious. The question is, are you whispering your fears or scripting your future? The night manifestation process isn't about luck or magic. It's about conscious repetition that builds new patterns deep inside your mind. If you truly want to manifest while you sleep, this is where you begin. One night, one breath, one phrase at a time. Before you close your eyes tonight, pause and ask yourself, what energy do I want to wake up in? That one question can change everything. Remember, your nighttime routine is your most sacred ritual. Guard it, honor it, breathe into it. The night script isn't a performance, it's a promise between you and the version of you waiting to emerge. When you let stillness replace worry, when you choose intention over impulse, the subconscious reprogramming takes care of the rest. You don't have to chase transformation, you only need to allow it.